and boost on my team. Wait, we're not playing competitive. Oh, I guess you can use healer in deathmatch mode, and it's still just as fun. Ooh, never mind. Hey, but you know what? While I might not be able to slay too much with Lucio, I'm about to show you a little something about Moira. This is Justin for Evasive Blue, and this episode we're gonna focus on the importance of playing your role as a healer. And I'm showing you this in 4v4 deathmatch. Most of these teams not even using a healer. So, you know, you would think that we would have the disadvantage, but you'd be surprised how wrong you were. Oh, never mind on that one. But when your team works with you and you guys, figure it out, it starts to become very, very much how this game is supposed to always be played. Don't get me wrong. At the core of this game, it is a first person shooter. So even as healers, even as tanks, you're out there killing. You're out there. But when you have an option to heal your team and you get those little red and white crosses all over your screen, you need to make sure that those notifications go away. Like, I personally hate seeing little notifications like that. Watch this. I made a big rookie mistake right here by fading to go into battle. You never fade to go into battle. Unless there's like one person that you're fighting against and you have like six other or four other team players with you. But that wasn't the case. And this team that I'm dealing with right now, it's just a random group, but this is optimal setting for me to show everyone that like you can balance killing and healing with Moira, and like it feels amazing knowing that you're doing a lot of work to contribute to your team's success. Now, you're all like, you may be saying, why should I listen to you? Well, I have been playing this game since 2016, and yeah, there's a lot of bad players that have been playing this game and losing since then as well. Uh, but you you have to look at what I'm saying and cross reference it with other people who are in the the business and in the gaming community, especially for Overwatch. Now, I know there's a lot of people who act like they know what they're talking about, but the biggest pool of players are between gold and bronze in Overwatch. Like you'll get a lot of people in plat because plat is just glorified gold, but you know, people still make these very very rookie mistakes still today. Like earlier when I made the mistake of phasing into battle. Occasionally I'll be doing that, especially in the mode of deathmatch. Yeah, I get a little carried away when the objective is only to get more kills than the enemy team. So excuse me with that. But yeah, I think Moira is the most overly criticized and undervalued character hero in this game. I mean, I've played with all the different healers, but since she's been released, look, when I was Lucio, we were losing by a lot, and I switched to Moira and started playing smarter and not harder, and we turned it around. I'm not saying I did it all by myself, but the team started flowing a lot smoother. And that is what a lot of people got to realize. There's still a big ego problem in Overwatch, and egos will keep you in bronze and plastic and cardboard and like the worst places. Elo hell is look at those medals. Now I will say that I am the biggest critic on these bullshit medals, because when I try to explain to a teammate, I try to say, hey, maybe if balanced your shield and hammer swing as Ryan, I think you would be able to do a better job, or take cover when your shield is out. But people always take criticism as complaint. And it's easy to find complaint on Overwatch because there's a lot of negativity in the player pool. But what I try to do is I try to leave my ego out of it, leave the personality behind out of it, and try to help myself improve and say, what did I do wrong? Before I look at anybody else, when we lose or win, I need to know what I did wrong and what I did right, so I can improve on what I did wrong, and I can do more of what I did right. A lot of people don't want to do that. They want to believe that, oh well, I'm just naturally good. No. Like, you might naturally enjoy playing video games. I mean, my generation was raised in the video games. So, like, it video games is fully a millennial thing. By the way, I don't know if you realize I'm talking over the actual audio here because something happened in the recording, but it's even better this way because I'm not stressing out about the what was going on there, and at that moment I can tell you from like watching the playback, which when you're editing these videos you have to watch them over and over again. But it really is important for me, or in my opinion, to show people that it's important to know all the classes, the DPS, the healers, the tanks, and to know that Moira is not fully broken. Everybody who plays Moira is not throwing. Just like I am starting to realize these days that there are actual good, really good widows. There are really good widows who know their placements, know uh, their good hideouts. There's like niche characters, niche heroes, and some people only learn how to play them. I, since the beginning, have loved playing as May, but I know that if I knew very early on in this game that I had to learn multiple skills, and maybe I didn't. Maybe I could just trust on the skills of the rest of the team and the abilities of the rest of the team. And trust is something that I had to struggle with to actually start growing more because my early days of playing this, like, there were a lot of people who made a lot of big mistakes, but the game was so out of balance that the the punishment for mistakes were different than they are now. And I'm not saying that they're better or worse. The game is still very challenging. I mean, because you can't turn on easy mode when it's a competitive only game. You have to learn to utilize your kit better, be with your team more, and when you're playing deathmatch like this, obviously you can't be with your team automatically. You can't spawn with your team, but you can group up with them. You can see them through walls. So, and as you notice, that's what I keep going to them. And while I'm attacking the enemy because it's deathmatch still, I'm still giving opportunity, give them the most, my team the most value with their picks that they made. Because one thing that started improving my play has been trusting my teams more. Just getting rid of the ego and starting to understand. Look, I I just crushed the, like, me and three other randoms just crushed this enemy team. Like, that was an afterthought to me because because I I knew that we were doing great. You know, I recall this day very well. I was losing the most on competitive Overwatch, so I was all like, I couldn't find a group, and that's another thing. If you can't find a solid group to play with on Overwatch, you're going to have a really hard time to climb. That's why so many people create Smurf accounts. Like, I have like two or three different Smurf accounts. I forgot all the passwords. So I really, only have my main account because I can't recall the passwords to my Smurf accounts. I'm starting a new project on the side. It's focused. It's still focused on pop culture, but more in the comics stratosphere than the video games. But it's you know really helping me, like, try to balance my time with gaming and uh, try to balance my time with getting all the projects that I was working on before this new project I got started, because I have 5 weeks left until school starts back. And, you know, time is valuable. Time is valuable on this game. Like, I don't know if you're looking at this score right now, but I'm showing you exactly, like, the worst loss that I experienced that day. And we had some bad competitive losses. I think we had 4 losses that day. I think this was the most success. Well, not this match particularly, but this group of arcades was the most success I had on Overwatch that day. And the thing is, a lot of people want to rely too much on themselves and don't trust their team. And that's, like, the lesson that had a long time to try to figure out and to overcome is something that other players are still struggling with. And it sucks because a lot of the players that I'm talking about are players that I've been playing with since the beta. You know, and the the skills that I try to bestow upon people, they're not earth-shattering like Overwatch League expert elite things. They're minor details that if you remember just to take cover behind a wall while your shield is down, or if you're out of take a breath like your hog and you just got anti-nated by the enemy Ana, hide behind a pillar or something. Utilize your kit. Respect the kit. you know, it's important. It's important to like understand that you're not the badass that came to save Overwatch. Overwatch is still gonna have so many lone wolves out here, So, and that's why the biggest player pool is between bronze and gold. That's the largest amount of players are there. It's rare to see these little tweaks that can improve your entire game be utilized in a full team basis. And also one big note that I have been told that I'm wrong and I'm a liar. Alcohol and weed, I'm sorry, it doesn't enhance your gaming ability. I have gotten so like defeated trying to take shots while playing competitive Overwatch. It literally, scientifically speaking, slows down your reaction time. And you can say, no, I'm built different. Everybody says that. I still know so many sailors who are in their 40s and 50s and still, with their liver spots are all like, yeah, I'm built different. No, you're not. that cirrhosis is telling me otherwise, like you're not built different. You think that. And that's what the magic of of alcohol does. Make you think that you're indestructible. No, it's everybody else. It's not me. But I ain't a Dare commercial. That all that garbage, that was propaganda from day one. I knew I couldn't trust that lion. I didn't do drugs when I was a little kid, but I knew I couldn't trust that lion either. That lion was a fed. And it is important to learn the keys. Have the keys and the patience that the lifer Blizzard people have had to have with the game releases. I mean, look at it like this. It's been years since a new Blizzard game came out. They gave it look that another one, another victory. These victories, man, they never get old. Oh, who's that play the game? Evasive Blue. Yeah, I need to hire someone to like give me like a legit like Evasive Blues the shit and his fucking butthole tastes like cinnamon. I don't know. It doesn't. Or edit that out. Like just just got a crush on them because watch this. Look at all those medals. Who did that? But really, like medals should be switched with a system where it says, "Hey." Now, I mean, with deathmatch it would be different, but when it comes to objective-based games, it should say you got gold for keeping the most people up as a tank or a healer. You got gold for the most people who like heard your call outs and survived. I don't know how they would be able to do that one. That one would be a tricky one unless you involve the what is it? The place NSA. Yeah, and no one wants to involve the NSA, especially after what they did to Snowden, Dudes over there chilling in Moscow with Rocky and Bullwinkle. Like, what the hell? Moose and Squirrel. But he ain't getting hugged like, I mean, he might be hugged like big fuzzy Siberian bear, but I don't know. I don't think I would be down to live in a place like Russia, but you know, everybody acts like they're not doing anything wrong and they're still doing crazy stuff. But hey, you know what? We're not even going to get on that because we're talking about good times in Overwatch land. Speaking of good times in Overwatch land, back to the release date of Overwatch 2, still going to be a long time away. I mean, we might see a new Diablo before Overwatch 2, but we also might see, the end of the world before Overwatch 2 comes out, and that's not the business. I don't know if you realize what's going on right now, but I'm doing everything I can to give the most value to my team because my team is an extension of my wrath, and a lot of Moira players out here, and I know, like, anytime I ever complain about or critique a Moira player, trust me, I know all the complaints and criticisms that you get when you play as her. I'm not just trying to doo-doo on anyone who chooses to play Moira. She is a dope healer. I'm showing you through all of these. There was only one that we lost out of all of these. Like, we're destroying folks. And none of these is, I don't recall, are the same group of people that I had prior. So, it's all about playing your part in the match and do the most of what needs to be done. You don't have to be an expert at, you're the top sharpshooter and whatever. Like, because not everybody's a expert widow. But even non-expert widows are still make it to the Overwatch League. Even
shitty aimed players make it to the Overwatch League. It's not about accuracy. It's about how you can play with a team. And the sooner people get out of their own ego and out of their own head and start realizing you have to kill and heal. Look, I think that guy went AFK. He don't even want to admit it, but he went AFK. We all know he went AFK. Write in the comments if you believe that soldier went AFK. Also, write in the comments with any other character that you would like to hear a rundown on tips and tricks to improve. I know about 30 of the now, what is it, 32 at this point? I know a majority of the characters. That's probably why I never excelled. It's because I dabbled in everything and I play too much without my team. And sometimes when I do play with my team, some people, and maybe all of us, get inebriated. And then at a certain point, you realize even though the prospects of Overwatch 2 is looking more and more grim as time goes on, it's still on the horizon. So if I got expert level here, if I made it to diamond or masters, grandmasters, top 500 here, I would have to do a whole different ranking structure when Overwatch 2 comes out. Now, I doubt that kind of growth will happen, and I'm okay with that. At this point, my schedule and my regular team schedule is not aligned enough for us to get on there and play with mostly sober mind. Try not to be too puritanical when it comes to what's going on with my team. If they want to do whatever they want, do what makes you feel right. And I would rather play with a team that is feeling good, operating at 50%, than a team that is playing like their best, but like feeling like shit. So that's why I'm not looking to grow while Overwatch 1 is out. Now, going forward, what I hope I can look into is start looking into team groups on Facebook and other social media platforms to try to find some alternatives when my team can't get online for whatever reason. I have a an alternative team than my OG team, but they're all anti-vaxxers, so I have to plan for the worst. I expect the worst because they're not operating for the best for them, And hey, everybody has to do what makes them happy. And if playing with a disease that can literally like have you convulsing so hard to where like your breathing makes your muscles tighten up to where they break your bones, then so be it. But I'm not trying to get on that negative note. I'm out here just trying to play it casual, and all the education and information that I gained throughout these last almost 5 years now. I want to still be able to provide that for you guys who are trying to climb, and maybe build a community of people who are accepting of others. Because we just realized recently, not even Blizzard is that community. And that really blew my mind because they have like such a wonderful array of heroes and characters that come from different backgrounds, and it's beautiful like what they created. And like they don't even believe in that. And I still want to provide that for my friends, my family, my community who plays this game with me. See, going back to this game right here, I gave up that diva mech to knock out at least one of those two because I knew I could protect the diva inside the mech. They can't get a point from the killing the mech. But if I can help take down the two people ganging up on her, then by the time they do pull her out of the mech, then we can double team them. And that's just what we did. And that's how we pulled out another win. So remember, only use your coalescence to heal and kill. Make sure your teammates are lined up in front of you. Make sure you use your phase to evade, not to engage. And, always group up. Remember, it's a team sport. I'm so thankful you guys stopped by. If you like what you heard, even if you don't, write a comment below on how you think I did. Look at that, 4 golds. And let me know what you think. Hit that like button. Hit that dislike button if you don't like fun. And subscribe for more good times and great oldies. Like millennial gamers all day for life. But seriously, though, enjoy the rest of these videos. And I will talk to y'all later. Peace.